Alright, so the title of this essay is, If It Wasn't for Anytime Fitness, I'd Still Weigh Close to 400 pounds. I wrote this essay back in May of 2020. It was right when Florida started opening up again because we were in quarantine, and I was just inspired to write about it because Anytime Fitness, if it wasn't for them, I'd probably still weigh that much, and I'll explain why. But let me take you on a journey and how I got up to 378 to begin with. I was a glutton. So let me take you back to the summer of 2007. Back then, Sexy Back was getting played on the radio. High School Musical was all the rage. I was coming up on my 21st birthday and was weighing a whopping 378 pounds. I was a glutton. I loved to eat, I lacked discipline, and my college job was a pizza delivery driver. So I would take home a pizza every night and drink it all down with some Dr. Pepper. That's sad. To be honest, I thought I was living the dream. I wasn't happy, but I didn't think my dissatisfaction came from my lifestyle. I had friends and family throw subtle hints suggesting that I lose weight, but I can't remember anyone really having a heart-to-heart talk with me about it. Forgive me if you did and it just went through one ear out the other. I think everyone knew I was fat, but I carried myself well. I was 6'3", I could boogie up and down stairs like it was nothing, and honestly, I didn't feel like being fat was a health issue, meaning I didn't have troubles breathing, no heart palpitation, or my knees didn't buckle. Truly, when I was 378 pounds, the worst part about being me wasn't that I was heavy or felt like I was on the verge of collapse. It was simply I didn't look the way I wanted to look. I had man boobs and resorted wearing this embarrassing, oversized blue utility vest wherever I went to conceal my body. I mean, I would wear that every day. I went to a film school where young, good-looking people from all over the country came to attend my school because it was easy to get into, and one of the major departments was fashion design. So yeah, I was surrounded by beautiful people, and it felt like nobody wanted to be around me. Because when I looked in the mirror, I wouldn't want to be around me. These issues, I don't want to compare it to PTSD, but it took years for me to get over it. Whenever someone called me handsome or good-looking, I assumed they were just being nice. The same way overzealously people applaud people with disabilities for accomplishing a simple task. I felt like wherever I went, people were always staring at me, whether it was true or not. Despite all that, I wasn't compelled to make some major life changes. I tried to take some easy routes like taking diet pills, but I was so stupid and lazy. I would take one of those stack or two pills before eating a whole pizza thinking it would counter the massive calories I was taking in. It really is by the grace of God that I'm still alive after all that. The catalyst that really opened my eyes wasn't a friend joking that I do well on Biggest Loser, which he did. Or it wasn't when everyone made fun of me when they saw a video of me dancing on a film project, which actually happened. And it wasn't those embarrassing late night trips to Walmart because they were the only stores open with size 50 pants. Nope, none of that did it. The wake-up call came when I got stuck coming out of my bedroom closet. There was a mirror in front of me when I was living in that loft back then, and I saw myself. I stepped free from the closet and looked back at the closet doorway, and my size and girth was that wide. Talk about a difficult pill to swallow. It was then that I made up my mind to change my life. But how? I was embarrassed. I felt like a monster. The last couple of times I hit the gym was years earlier at a military base, and it was usually packed full of sculpted figures who looked like they belonged on the cover of Men's Health. Even when I went, I wasn't sure what to do, how long to do it, or if it was even working. Then, one hot rainy night in the middle of 2007, I had just finished closing a shift for pizza at 1 a.m. in the morning in a developing area of Oldsmar, Florida. This is the Tampa Bay area. And as I crossed the intersection after fueling up my gas for the night, I spotted a business with the lights on. It was a gym. It was Anytime Fitness. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't tell you how much this moment really got my hopes up. The place was empty. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. But a sign said the gym was open 24 hours a day, and it made me smile because I already knew. My main thought was this: I can work out as hard as I want, and no one will see how ugly I look. I know. That makes me sound shallow or superficial or having some low self-esteem, and you'd be right to assume all of that. It still didn't change the fact that I was fat and I needed to lose weight. The next day I walked in, talked to the manager, and my hopes were confirmed. Anytime Fitness offered me a key fob by which I could come to the gym any time of the day or night to work out as long as I wanted. It was perfect. And while I was there signing up, that's when I stepped on the scale for the first time since I graduated high school in 2005. In the spring of 2005, I weighed 270, which is still pretty heavy for an 18-year-old kid. But when I stepped on the scale at the Anytime Fitness for the first time, this was in the summer of 2007, I weighed 378 pounds. So I had essentially gained 100 pounds since 18. When I saw 378 on the scale, I was stunned, not saddened or dismayed, but I think I started laughing. For a 378 pounder, I was surprisingly spry. I was so close to 400 and I didn't even know it. Physically, I don't think I felt any more different from when I weighed 270 when I was in high school. But mentally, I just felt uglier, more disgusting. Needless to say, I started working out that very night. No pain, no gain. I never had a trainer giving me pointers or directions in the beginning. To be honest, I'm not sure how well I would have done with that anyway. I wanted to go at my own pace. Nobody watching me, just me. Again, it really is by the grace of God to instill this relentless sense of determination in me. Because it was determination. It wasn't easy, and it took time to come to the painful realization that losing weight wouldn't happen overnight. It would take years before I even get a compliment about my transformation. In the beginning, something popped the idea into my head that the key to losing weight was calories. Calories gives us energy, but if you don't use the energy by working out or burning it off with some activity, those calories turn to fat. The best exercises to burn calories are aerobic exercises, commonly known as cardio. So, taking baby steps, I started with the easiest cardio exercise I could find, the stationary bike. I remember 45 minutes, 5 nights a week on a stationary bike. I went as hard as I could, working up the sweat for 45 minutes. This is 375 pounds me. After that, I tried the usual resistant machines to try to build muscles where I wanted muscles, like butterflies and free weights, but I didn't go overboard. I was usually too tired after I was working on the bike. I think deep down, I was worried about hurting myself with a bench press or squatting under a bar. I wouldn't develop the confidence till later. In the beginning, baby steps. When I said go at my own pace, I meant it. I'm sure I could have lost weight a whole lot faster if I had someone there pushing me, urging me to increase my speed or try the machines. But I'm glad it was just me, because eventually I learned to push myself by myself. And I think that was critical when it came to actually changing my lifestyle. I didn't do it because of peer pressure or afraid of letting someone like a trainer down. It was just me. That's nothing against personal trainers, but I think this plays a big part as to why I was able to keep the weight off after losing it. Because people caught up with the body positivity movement, they'll tell me, I want to work out, but not to lose weight. I just want to change my lifestyle. And I tell them, it was working out because I wanted to lose weight that prompted my lifestyle to change. Not sure why that's such a shameful thing to admit. Anyone can get surgery or have a coach get them in shape for some special event. But if your heart's not in it, if it's not what you want to do because you freaking want it. Back then, I used to dream about looking the way I look right now. I used to dream about it. I wanted it. I had my motivation. It's women. There's a link below where I talk about it. And I think when you work your ass off to get those results, remembering the pain, remembering how hard it took, the rest of your habits and lifestyle choices change because you now have something you want to protect and fight for. You earn those results. You don't want to lose it. I did the stationary bike for well over a year. That's 1 year of sitting down on a bike and burning calories, but it wasn't enough. I felt I had gotten too comfortable and needed to push myself. I can't explain it. I think I just had to try it. And by it, I'm referring to the row of vacant treadmills that were stationed right in front of the bikes. I had never been on one before. It was 2008. I was nervous. I had twisted my kneecap dancing when I was 18, and the last thing I wanted to do is repeat another leg injury, especially by myself. Back then I was living with my parents, so they could take me to the hospital. But here by myself at 300-something pounds, no girlfriend, that would have been devastating. But I tried treadmill for the first time in 2008. Sensible, at a low speed, flat level incline, and gripping the side handbars for dear life. And lo and behold, who would have ever thought you can actually burn more calories on the treadmill than the bike? You'd think you burn more calories because you're moving your legs faster than the pedals, but I guess you have to carry your own weight on the treadmill. So yeah, you actually burn more calories on the treadmill. And man, I fell in love with the treadmill. People sometimes give us crap for walking on treadmills. I've heard it say, why are you on a treadmill? Why are you paying money to do what you can do outside for free? Several reasons. One, you control the pace. You can keep it steady and increase the speed and maintain that speed for a consistent workout, especially if you're starting off with the idea of getting better as you go. When I first started the treadmill in 2008, I began with the speed of 3.0 at an even incline. By 2009, I was at 4.0 at a 3.5 incline. 2012, I was at 4.8 speed at an incline of 7. That was ridiculous. And now I just do a steady 4.8 with jogging bursts in between every 15 minutes at an incline of 6.5. Improvement's the name of the game, and it's difficult to measure what you're doing by just walking outside. Number 2, you control the time. In 2008, I walked on the treadmill for just 30 minutes. By 2009, I had pushed myself to 45 minutes. By 2010, and to this day, I still do it an hour every session. But Rock, you can time yourself when you're outside. Yeah, but how would you account for stop signs and pedestrians? Or would you press pause every time you're halted? Unless you go to some trailer or park, right? Number 3. This is the most important reason. When you're performing an exercise that's steady and consistent in a safe environment with no interruptions, it allows your mind to escape. Yeah, walking the treadmill hurts in the beginning because my body wasn't used to the stress. I got shin splits the first few days, and even after years of doing a treadmill, it usually ached from my body heating up in the first 5 to 10 minutes. But once you got past those initial pains, it was nirvana. With music blasting in my headphones, my body would be in locomotion, but my mind would be off in some medieval battlefield leading a charge. Or I'd be the lead singer of my own boy band or rock group, impressing my current crush or all the hottest celebrities today. And more often than not, a lot of the premises and plots for my screenplays and books were dreamed up in the heat of working out. I loved it. Working out became a form of therapy for me. And by 2009, I wasn't so worried about looking ugly in the gym anymore. I started coming earlier in the night, and by the time I got to the treadmill, my hoodie would be drenched in sweat, and I didn't care who was looking. I didn't care because I would be in my own little world. The transformation. So the transformation wasn't just physical. They say you can't judge a book by its cover, but I disagree. And the essays and videos I'm going to come out, they're going to really touch on that. So heads up, there's going to sound really, really offensive, but there's reasons for them. What's on the inside shows on the outside. I was a glutton, it showed. I felt like an ugly monster with no self-esteem, it showed. And when I really started working out so much that I couldn't go a day without it, the discipline came. By 2010, I worked out not just to lose weight, but because I wanted to. I enjoyed it. I still love to eat, but I love working out more. I felt stronger, powerful, but still, how I felt and how I looked wouldn't match up until 2012. In 2009, I had managed to get down to 312. So essentially, I had lost 66 pounds in 2 years. It sounds awesome, right? Didn't look awesome. My douchebag little brother, I say that with affection, came down to visit me that Christmas, and upon seeing me after so long, he said, "I thought you said you lost weight." And that burned. That I'll never forget that. I'm like, wow, okay. In July of 2010, I had managed to get down to 278. This major drop came from the realization that in order to lose weight properly, I couldn't just work out alone. I had to watch what I eat. I didn't take up some diet like only eating veggies or Atkins diet. I still ate what I want, just not so much of it. It's called portion control, all stemming from this newly acquired discipline. I prepared smaller portions as opposed to the feasts I was eating every night, and then I resist the urge to eat more. Then, after years of working out at Anytime Fitness since 2007, it was in August of 2012, at the age of 26, that I felt it was time to buy some new clothes because my old clothes were worn out. They were still comfortable, just worn out. So I went to JCPenney's and I looked for my usual 3X shirts. I used to wear 3X large, I used to wear size 48 pants, but when I was picking them out, they were too big. Like, they couldn't rest on my hips like the way you used to. So then I picked out a blue plaid extra large shirt and some size 42 pants. And this is the picture I took. That's the exact moment I realized mission complete. I couldn't believe it. My dream had come true. I looked exactly the way I believed I would look when I was 21 years old, weighing 378 pounds. At the age of 26, in 2012, I weighed 235 pounds. That's 4 years. Ladies and gents, it was an amazing feeling. The last time I wore size 42 pants was in 8th grade. I looked and felt amazing, and it was perfect timing because I was just starting off my career as an author and I needed photos taken, which you see right here. Like I said, I had something to protect. That feeling, how hard I worked to get where I was. I never want to get back to being overweight again. I'm in constant competition with myself and I love it. So see, you hear pictures here from 2013 to 2014, 2015. I'm just keep getting better. That's the name of the game. You keep improving. You don't stop. If I look like that in my mid-20s, I'm willing to bet Rock in his 30s can do better. To this day, I still do Anytime Fitness, so I still get my therapy on with the treadmill, but I do so much more now. I run. Yes, I run. And oddly enough, I'm pretty fast for a big guy. Honestly, when we do laps around the gym, I would smoke these younger kids. And maybe they weren't trying either, so we'll give them that. They just didn't care. We're all going to get to the same place, Rock, or whatever. And I give credit to the Clearwater Boxing Academy. That's off of Hercules Road here in Clearwater, or down in the Tampa Bay area. At the age of 30, I signed up for boxing lessons for my New Year's resolution in 2017, and I've been doing that regularly 3 times a week ever since. Now that we're stuck with the COVID-19 pandemic that had the gyms closed, you think that would keep me sidelined at the risk of gaining weight. But like I said, working out changed my lifestyle. Hard work became my lifestyle. My new condo has a basketball court. While everyone else is hitting the pools, I have the court to myself, and you better believe I push myself to the limit every time. But still, that's not enough. I know the boxing gyms will open up any day now, and I don't want to lose the edge, the skills I acquired through shadow boxing and hidden gyms. So, LOL, I can't believe I say LOL. I was doing P90 plyometrics, but between that and basketball, my knees were like, nope. Seriously, trying to do pull-up jumpers at 34 is yeah. I'm not LeBron, but yeah. So, but that's all right. I found Muay Thai training videos that I'll put the link down below on YouTube, and I've been trying them. So the point I'm mentioning is that even if we have quarantine, no matter what, I'm always going to keep working out because I don't want to go back. Bottom line, I miss the gym. I miss Anytime Fitness. If it wasn't for them being open 24 hours a day, I'm not sure if I would ever turn my life around. No lie, this photo of Anytime Fitness was taken from downtown Clearwater, and that's the place from 2009 to 2019 where a majority of my transformation took place. And I thank God for blessing me with the strength and determination to constantly improve, to never go back to the way I was. I'll never forget. Hope this inspires you, and thanks for listening.